The World Cup is officially less than 1 week away. Let's play the prediction game and see who I think will go all the way and win the World Cup in 2026. So if we're starting with Group A, we have Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and the Czech Republic. In my opinion, Mexico has always been doing great. I think as well playing as a host country will give it a huge advantage. Korea finished top of their group in the qualifiers for the World Cup. Although on the other side, I think that South Africa has been playing beautiful football. In my opinion, the weather is going to be a huge factor that will give them advantage. So in my opinion, Mexico is going to finish first, South Africa second, South Korea third, and then the Czech Republic at the fourth place. I think it's going to be very close though between the first three teams, but I think it might end that way. In the second group, or Group P, we have Canada, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Qatar, and Switzerland. I think Switzerland might finish top of this group. After that, we're going to have Canada, and then Qatar, and the Bosnia and Herzegovina. In Group C, we have Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. I believe that Brazil is going to finish first, Morocco second, Scotland, and then Haiti. In the fourth group, we have the USA, Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. Where it gets a little bit hard because I believe again that the USA, Paraguay, and Turkey is gonna have good games. I think those gonna end with the USA at the top of the group, Paraguay, Turkey, and then Australia. Or maybe it's gonna end the other way, Paraguay, USA. I think that's what's gonna be the play mainly, but I think probably it's gonna end that way. The USA is on the top. At Group E, we have Germany, Curacao, Cote d'Ivoire, and Ecuador. And that's one of the groups that's gonna be a little hard to predict as well. I think we might take a third from this group. I think Germany is gonna finish first. Between Ecuador and Cote d'Ivoire, they're very close to come to performance. I think Ecuador might finish second, Cote d'Ivoire, and then Curacao. In Group F, we have the Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. One of the groups that's gonna have a lot of good games, in my opinion. And I mean, we've seen the Japanese team in preparation for the World Cup doing amazing performance. I think that is one of the groups that we might see a surprise there. I think Japan is going to finish on top, Netherlands second, Sweden, and then Tunisia. At the Group G, we have Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand, and I think it's going to be very close between Egypt and Iran. The one thing is I don't have full trust in our national team coach specifically. I have full trust in the players. But I think it's going to end the same way that it is right now, which Belgium top, Egypt in the second place, Iran, and then New Zealand. At Group H, we have Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. This is another group that we might see a third. Spain is going to come on top. I think Uruguay is going to come second. Cape Verde, watch this team. It's going to do amazing. They've been advancing very quickly in the African and the CAF tournaments. I think they're gonna snatch that third place from the Saudi Arabian team. At Group I, we have the group of death, in my opinion. We have France, Senegal, Norway, and Iraq. I think that's the hardest group that we have so far. I think France is gonna come on top, Norway, Senegal, and Iraq in that fourth place. At Group G, we have Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. I think it's gonna come out as Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan, the same way that it is set right now. At Group K, we have Portugal, Democratic Republic of Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. I think that's gonna end with Portugal on top, Colombia second, Congo, and then Uzbekistan. At the last group, we have England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. It's gonna end as England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama, the same way that it is set right now. Again, that's my opinion. It's not necessarily what's gonna happen, so don't come for me, please. Now we're gonna choose the best third place teams. We're supposed to choose 8 of, and that's what we're going to do right now. In the third places, we have Senegal, Iran, Turkey, Austria, Korea, Cote d'Ivoire, Sweden, Scotland, Congo, Qatar, Cabo Verde, and Ghana. Again, that's gonna depend on the results in their group, so it's not necessarily what is the best teams, but it depends how well they're gonna do on the group stage. I think we're gonna see Korea there, we're gonna see Cote d'Ivoire there, we're gonna see Sweden there. I think as well we're gonna see Senegal. It's very hard. This is actually very hard. I think we're probably gonna see Austria, Turkey, Cabo Verde, and then the last team, it will be...
Few minutes later.
I don't even know what to say. I think it might be Iran. All right. Between Germany and Turkey, I think Germany is gonna win. France and Sweden, that might be close, but I think France is going to win this one. South Africa and Canada, depends where they play. I think they're supposed to play in, according to our prediction, in LA Stadium. So I think there might be an advantage for South Africa, only for the weather. Japan and Morocco, this is gonna be a rough game between 2 of the best teams in their continents. I think though that Japan might actually win this. I'm sorry, Moroccan fans. Colombia and Croatia. I think the experience that Croatia has, even though the Colombian team have younger players, but I think Croatia might actually win this one. Spain and Algeria, in my opinion, Spain is one of the best 3 teams that gonna compete and go far in this World Cup. So I think Spain might win this one. USA and Austria, I think the USA might win this one. Belgium and Korea, this is gonna be rough. But I think, again, the experience that the Belgium team have might win them this one. Brazil and the Netherlands. This is gonna be a rough game. It's gonna be played in Houston Stadium. I think that is gonna be a very close game. Again, Brazil might win this one with the advantage of the weather. Ecuador and Norway, again, very close. I think Norway one of the best attacking teams in the tournament, but I think Ecuador one of the best defensive teams that's gonna be in this World Cup. In my opinion, defense might win this one. Mexico and Cape Verde, I think Mexico is gonna go to the round of 16 as usual. England and Senegal, I think the English team is another team that have one of the best players in the lineup, so I think the English team will win this one. Argentina and Uruguay, I think Uruguay might surprise us. I think Uruguay might actually have a surprise for us. Egypt and Paraguay, the Egyptian team doesn't usually have a big history in the World Cup. Paraguay have very promising players. I'm not sure who to pick. Well, they're gonna play in Dallas. Most of the teams are used to the heat. I think... I'm sorry, it's only because I'm Egyptian, I'm gonna choose Egypt. But I think it might be very close. We might actually be surprised that the Paraguay is the team that go on. Switzerland and Iran, I think that's where Switzerland is gonna win. Portugal and Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire is one of the best teams in the African continent, but I think Portugal is one of the best teams in the world. I think they probably have right now the best midfield in the entire World Cup, and I think that is their chance to go far. Now, for the round of 16, we have Germany and France. Woo, very soon. I think the French team might win this one. South Africa and Japan. I think the Japanese team is gonna go on. Croatia and Spain. I think Spain is gonna go on. USA and Belgium. I think Belgium is gonna go on. Brazil and Ecuador. I think is gonna be Brazil. Mexico and England. I think even though it's gonna be in Mexico City, according to our prediction, of course, all that can change. But in my opinion, the curse of Mexico and the round of 16 might go on a little bit more. So I think England in this case. Uruguay and Egypt, it's a chance for revenge for what happened in World Cup 2018. But even when life gives you chances to revenge, it's not necessarily seen that many times in football. So I think Uruguay is going to win this one. I'm sorry, Egypt. Switzerland and Portugal. I think Portugal is going to win this one and go to the quarterfinals. Right here we have France and Japan. I think France have crazy teams when it comes to names. I think France is going to go on for probably their third semifinal in a row. Spain and Belgium. I think Spain is going to go on. Brazil and England. Names wise, I think English team have stronger names, but I think it's going to be played in the Miami Stadium. I don't know if that's going to have a chance. I'm just going to go for the stronger, in my opinion, at this point, and I think England is going to go on for the semifinal. Uruguay and Portugal. I think Portugal is going to make it to the semifinal this time. And here is where we will see France and Spain. This is going to be the game of the World Cup. I think they're right next to Portugal and England. These are the strongest four teams in the entire World Cup. I think that's where everything is going to be up for grabs. And I think that the experience that the French team has is a little bit higher than the very young Spanish team. But I think the Spanish team might actually win this one. And on the other side, we have England and Portugal. It's gonna be very rough to choose a winner right here. I'm thinking about all the names, I'm thinking about all the positions. I think maybe this is the chance. Well, England has one World Cup, Portugal has no World Cups. It's gonna be a huge chance for either of the teams. I think we're gonna see the English team in the final. And then in the final between Spain and England, it's gonna be a very reserved game. I think Spain will win this one and they will be the World Cup winners. Let me know if you think something else, if you have another team that you think is gonna win this World Cup below in the comments. Thank you for watching, and we'll go back after the group stage and predict based on the new teams that made it who's gonna make it on the knockout stages. Thank you.